Barbados battens down as Tropical Storm Elsa approaches. That's the story we're tracking in your Barbados Today Evening News Update. A warm welcome to you. After a day of intense preparations, Barbadians quietly await the passage of Tropical Storm Elsa. The island is expected to start feeling the effects in the wee hours of Friday morning. Acting Director of the Barbados Meteorological Services, Sabu Bess, told citizens what they can expect at a national news conference earlier this afternoon.
After 2 or 3 o'clock in the early hours of Friday morning, we expect winds to increase to just perhaps under tropical storm force. And as we go into daybreak around 6, 7, or 8 o'clock in the morning, winds should peak up to around tropical storm force winds. Afterwards, we expect to see an increase in rainfall, also along with the increase of winds in the early hours in the morning. And the deterioration in sea conditions should also follow suit. I should have mentioned that the forecast intensity for Elsa by the time it reaches to the south of Barbados is that she should be, maximum sustainment should be around 60 miles per hour. There's no indication that Elsa would do any rapid intensification because of the rapid forward motion of the system. So that's a plus. But there's still the potential that Elsa will strengthen slowly as she moves towards the west.
Prime Minister Mayor MOTTLEY says the approaching system is a threat, and she has urged Barbadians to take all necessary precautions.
And based on all of the warnings so far from the Met Office, any system, as you know, historically, that is to our south is always a system that we should take very, very, very seriously. For those who say, well, what happens if it doesn't rain or the wind don't come? Say, hallelujah. Thanks be to God. And I am here to say to you, and that is why I supported Mr. Best showing the visuals while he was speaking. I'm here to say to you that this storm is a threat to Barbados. We will pray, we will do everything that is necessary, and we will hope as well. But hope and prayer at this stage still does not remove from us the obligation of getting ready.
Shelters across the country opened their doors this evening. Home Affairs Minister Wilfred Abrams appealed to citizens who need to seek shelter to do so as early as possible.
Safety is the key thing right now. Safety and your safety is the focus of the government. It's the reason we're doing everything that we're doing. But we can only do so much. I'm asking Barbadians once again, please just look around you and assess your own situation. If you feel that you need to go to a shelter, I'm urging you, please, to go early. It becomes difficult, if not impossible, to assist you once storm conditions are actually affecting the country. So look around you, and if you think you need to go to a shelter, then please make your way there.
Meanwhile, officials from the Ministry of Transport and Works are confident the island's drainage system is in a good position to withstand the impact of the system.
We have been working assiduously to clear all of the necessary waterfalls and drains, and we are confident that we have been able to get to clear the majority of them. We have 2 active construction sites, one at Murphy's Pasture and one at Greenwich Road. As I speak to you, the officers are there putting some mitigation measures in place to ensure that especially at Murphy Pasture, to ensure that the area of the retention pond, and for those of you who know the area, the old canal, that area is shored up so that we can direct the water out towards Fontebelle and into the pump house.
We will lock off all community tanks. They will be topped up and locked off for security reasons, lest they become flying missiles. And only after the all clear is given will then they be accessible. Similarly, the water tankers will continue to work upwards until about 4 hours closer to, depending on the severity of the system, until the system reaches us. We will continue to top up all residential households as much as we possibly can. And then those tankers will be secured and deployed in a number of areas, predetermined areas across the country, to make sure as well that they are accessible or have ease of access.
Across the island today, Barbadians rushed to make their last-minute preparations. Supermarkets like Emerald City in St. Philip was a hive of activity.
We're not seeing panic buying. We're seeing a steady flow as of now. I mean, all the trolleys are out. But again, we are moving rather quickly because we have all our registers in operation, so we're handling it at the moment.
Apart from food, Barbadians also stocked up on needed hardware supplies. Our news team stopped in at H&B Hardware Store.
We have people mainly with the batteries and so on, with the farm plates and so on, and the torchlights. They're getting ready just in case those kind of scenarios where they need to have some light and some power.
It was a busy day for the island's fisherfolk as they brought their boats to safety. In Oystins, boat owners told our news team they're not taking any chances with Elsa, expected to pass to the south of the island. One irate fisherman also made a call for government to deliver on its promise to make it easier for them to haul in their boats.
Mostly when the boats is coming from the south, we just got a surge here for some reason or the next because we're in a hollow, right? And most of the boats get damaged. So as long as we hear that boats coming from the south, we usually take our boats to haul up 4/5 in a hurry.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has also been preparing for the passage of Tropical Storm Elsa. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves urged citizens not to take any chances.
The advice is not to take this storm for granted. Because I repeat, this Tropical Storm Elsa, tomorrow, close to midday or slightly after, may pass over the northern Grenadines and St. Vincent itself. And we are going to have waves. Indeed, the waves are forecast to be as high as 16 feet.
On the international front, authorities in Florida have suspended search and rescue operations temporarily amid concerns about the stability of the remaining structure of the Champlain Towers south.
The temporary stop in operations occurred at 0211 due to additional concerns for building stability. The stop in operations was based on the subject matter experts of several on-site structural engineers. Concern assessors included 6 to 12 inches of movement in a large column hanging from the structure that could fall and cause damage to the support columns in the subterranean garage area. Slight movement in the concrete floor slabs on the south side of the structure near the north and south corner of the building that could cause additional failure of the building. Movement in the debris pile immediately adjacent to the south side of the structure. Assessment of the combined data points and continued monitoring. The Incident Command will work with structural engineers and other subject matter experts to develop options for continued rescue operations.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.